the Magenta Show. Sorry, we're a little bit late today, but we've had a few technical issues. And look at this gorgeous woman we have on set today, Cherene Francis. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm stoked to be here right now. So, yeah, my jawbone's like sore because I've been smiling all day.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on the show. You look glorious in your red.
Thank you.
And audience, you're in for a lovely, lovely chat today because Cherene and I have been talking. We've had a couple of technical stuff, so we've had extra few minutes to get more information in. But we really, really, really would like to announce right now what our topic of conversation is going to be. It is going to be spirituality creeping into the business and how difficult it is to find your market, to brand yourself, to make yourselves known in your community for what you do without coming across as being woo-woo and fluffy, right?
Yes.
So this is a topic that is hot on everybody's agenda right now. So please stay tuned, and if you find value in this particular topic, share. You know, this is how we get the word out. Unless you share the show, nobody's going to see the stuff, okay? All right, and also remember, you have got to feel if you are drawn to number 1, number 2, or number 3 on today's show. There is a little bit of a surprise in these ones today. There's one coming up I don't think we've ever had on the show, and we want to know what your pick is. So put it in the comments box so I know. You know, I always go back and check and have a chat with you afterwards which numbers you pick. So please let me know. Did you pick 1, 2, or 3? We'll reveal them at the end of the show. Okay, good. Right. Lady in Red.
Yes.
You know that song Krista Berg sang?
Yes.
Lady in... Oh, God, I mustn't sing. That's gonna get all the views gone just like that.
Yes.
Cherene, I haven't met you in person, but I have seen you on the peripheral of all the networking events that are out there. A couple of people like Dwayne Richard, who's also in my network and friends with the Color Mirrors family, has been also just singing your praises. And I've had quite a few of those kind of comments. They love you. What is it that you do that everybody goes, oh, you must go see Cherene?
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, first of all, for having me here, and it's just a pleasure to be able to share here and commune as we are. So what I do is I help people show up in their full and authentic presence, wherever that might be. Okay. That usually and right now is in business, and really help them do that from a place of where they feel like they are purposefully voicing, speaking, showing up the way they should to communicate who they are and what they have to offer to the world. And how I do that, I use a lot of different tools to do that. Branding, just soul searching in terms of who is my niche, what is my message. And sometimes it also is a lot of mindset, sometimes spiritual if you want to go there, work around healing wounds or releasing beliefs on speaking your truth, but also doing it in a clear way where you're engaging people to come along on the journey of whatever your offer might be. So in a nutshell, I'm a branding coach, and there's a lot of other ammo around how I help people do that.
I love the word ammo. It is, but it is that. So I've had a lot of guests on the show, and during the show and sometimes before the show, we talk about the difficulties facing somebody in your profession, you know, giving advice and helping people make money and get their businesses established, get branding and ground.
Yes.
And the common problem everybody is having is that spirituality that's creeping, and everybody's feeling this wanting to do soul work, wanting to save the world.
Yes.
How on earth do you deal with clients? I mean, or what is your experience with that?
So, my first client in that is myself, right?
Me too.
You feel it. You feel called to save the world, to transform people's lives. When people ask, who do you serve? You say everyone, right? Or women, which is still even a broad target market. And, a part of a lot of the work that I've done with people, specifically they're service professionals, they might be in network marketing, and they are looking to really start to not build their client roster. They're afraid to limit themselves. They feel like if I claim a particular person, I am not serving my purpose because it's everybody. I'm excluding people.
But it is that energy. And please, my darlings watching, if this is you, you need to let us know, because Cherene and I will come and talk to you afterwards. We'll get onto the comments after the show.
Yeah.
If this is you, if you feel you're here to make this huge, big difference in the world, you're here to change the world, you're here to save the world, you're here to help everyone, and you come across somebody like Cherene, who is a masterful branding expert coach, and says to you, hone it down. Do you feel that narrows you? Do you feel that that's a problem? Because I know for me it definitely was an issue, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. It is an issue because what ends up happening is the reverse, because you're looking to serve on a 3D plane, right? People that need a solution to a problem here on Earth. But you're up here in fifth or whatever dimension you're receiving from. We have to remember that we have to, like gas, water, solid. We need to now bring that down, crystallize it so people can actually grab hold of it. And if you're not booking clients, if you're not booking business, it's because you haven't done that crystallization process where people can hold on to the vastness of what you can provide. Another fear is that people feel like they're limiting or holding themselves back if they do this work. But again, the reverse happens when you give people one door to walk through, because they can't walk through two doors at once, right? Unless you're there, well, once they're in your house, then show them this room, show them this tool, show them, all the different a lot of the times you can have a client, especially if you're a life coach and you want to, you're afraid to call yourself a relationship coach or a health coach, and you can really coach in all areas. It's okay to call them into, let me help you with your relationship. You do the work with them in the relationship, and then people are like, okay, what's next? I'd love for you to help me lose some extra weight. It's okay. You have to give them a door, though.
You must give them that specific door to knock on. I completely and utterly agree with you here. I know that when it came to my own business, Cherene, I've branded myself as so many different things over the years, and I've been every time just trying to find something, and they were all too general. It was the spiritual entrepreneur. People went, what's that? And then the color entrepreneur, and people here in Canada went, what's that? They don't even know what color means, right?
Yes.
And I mean, even my book that's called The 8 Colors Prosperity was actually the wrong title. Nobody cares about 8 colors. But the subtitle, which is Activating the Law of Attraction, should have been the title. It should have, because people are interested in the law of attraction, right? It's that one door to knock on for people who want to know how it works. Color, nobody goes, okay, red door, yellow door, white door, pink door, which door do I go through, right? And what I decided to do with my branding was to hone it down to this TV show. And I've got 3 of them now, but this particular one was Magenta show. It says to people, I'm a TV host. So now when I go and do exhibitions, or people ask me what do, I go, I'm a TV host. And they go, oh, you got a TV show? And then what is it about? And I go, well, it's about entrepreneurs coming to talk to me about their difficulties and giving wisdom to the viewers about what they do in their field. And at the same time, they get to see what I do. That's it.
Yes.
What do you do? Well, I do color, and I can do color analysis. Oh, what's that about? Now they go, oh, I might be on a TV show. I better listen to what you have to say about the color. Captured audience, right?
Yes.
But it was providing that one door for people to come in to say, hey, look at it. You're submerged in the color. There's something about this color thing.
Yes.
And it's been an extraordinary, it's a whole new way for me to work, because, I also have that huge big vision of save the world.
Yes.
But to hone it down to something that makes sense to people was very difficult for me. Oh, I don't envy your job at all. Yeah, it is. It's quite a process, isn't it?
It is a process. And it is a bit of a art with science. And what people find when they work with me is that fluidness, where they don't feel like they're being stuck into the science or the typical, but yet we're anchoring that spiritual creative side of who their authentic expression is, and really bringing something solid to that. I love it. We're both having breakthroughs in our work together.
And if you think about it, even if we were to brand ourselves as a spiritual coach or mentor or teacher, that in itself also has a whole bunch of doors.
Yes.
So you almost have to hone in on what is it you're going to solve for them. What is that problem you're going to solve for that particular person? Is it that you're going to help them feel more peaceful with their life? Is it that you're going to help them attain a greater state of consciousness? Is it that you're going to help them become a spiritual teacher themselves? You almost have to, again, bring it right down to that single door, which is why I created the Love and Money boot camps. So it hones it down to, come to me if you've got love and money problems. It's a spiritual program, but it sounds like, oh, I can have my love and money issues sorted out. Again, creating that one door.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? Those, because you're speaking to a concrete problem, right? It attracts people, right? Love and money are the most talked about things in lives, and they tend to be the most problematic things, right? And when they open that door, then they heal there. There are other areas, I can heal there. Oh, there's prosperity here. All of that good stuff. So I think the process is transformational in itself. Yeah.
So I've put you on the spot now.
Yes.
So I've given you some of the secrets of my industry. There are no real secrets, but I've given you a little bit of information here. What is your sense of how I've done it for my business? Do you have a sense that I'm nailing it? There's more work to be done, or?
No, I think you're doing an awesome job in terms of what you've chosen. Your doorway is those people that are awakening or woken to their spirituality, and they're wanting to serve. And they're needing to find out how they can serve. And not only are you equipping them with tools through the colors, you're also mentoring them and coaching them. You weaved in your business savvy as well. I know you have a lot of experience that way, and so you've managed to weave in all parts of you, because one thing that you've managed to do is take in the business sense, take in the spiritual sense, and then you have focused it into how is this going to empower spiritual people in business, right? So we see that your niche is spiritual entrepreneurs, which you state all the time. You give them, and now what's really brilliant is a lot of the times we focus in on one tool, right? So, for example, you might know Reiki, and then you just want to label yourself Reiki. Or massage therapy, and you want to, whatever it might be. But you have managed to not put too much focus on the tools itself, but you're focusing on what is the result of the tools working together. So one of your tools is the color in spirituality, business sense, right?
Broadcasting now with the 707 show.
Right, media, and you have some other things. I don't know if you want them to
know. My lot know about that book coming out.
Books, right? All of these are tools that the spiritual entrepreneur needs to be successful, right? Yeah. So what I love about what you did is you don't call yourself a book publisher or a media teacher. It's just about, I work with spiritual entrepreneurs and I help them with love and money. I help them with prosperity. And so that's what, a part of the branding work is instead of focusing on your tools, which we tend to, want to say the tool is great for this and that and that. Instead of doing that, focus on who it is and what is the result that they're going to achieve.
Because I think any if you're really, really stuck with branding, and I agree with you 100% here, if you're not going to go according to the tool that you have, go to the result that you're going to give them. Yeah. What is it that you're going to shift for them? I think that's very important. Can you see why I have Cherene on the show today? You guys have got to make it. How can people get hold of you?
So ChereneFrancis.com.
ChereneFrancis.com. You really want to connect. If you have a branding issue, if you are stuck, if you are one of those people who's sitting in this huge big bubble, I want to save the world, but you've not yet honed it down to one door for a customer to knock on, you need to go and have a session with Cherene.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's very, very important.
Yes.
I think what you're doing is very important.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
We had last week we had Amy Barroso on the show. I don't know if you caught that one.
No, I didn't.
And please go back and watch that one. I think you'll like it, Cherene. Amy had studied color with me, and she'd learned how in branding the importance of choosing your colors, but your soul colors. The colors related to the date of your birth, the colors related to your name, and incorporating that into your marketing and your graphic design.
Amazing.
And so we also had, it's another entrepreneur who's a coach and who's a graphic designer and a branding mentor, and she uses the whole soul story comes in for her.
Amazing.
So more and more these conversations are happening with entrepreneurs that come on the show.
Amazing.
Wow. So what's in the future for you?
Oh, wow. So a lot more reaching out through media. So I'm already, producing a TV show. I'm on social media every day.
The Cherene Francis show.
Cherene Francis show.
But it's seasonal. It's not on every week like I turn up every week for you.
Yeah, you can get me every day on Facebook if you want. So a lot, spreading my wings a lot more in terms of where I'm reaching and who I'm reaching. You'll see a lot more of spiritual, philosophical concepts come out with a balance of how that is applied in business and in life success. And so, I'm consistently doing what I'm doing now, but it's about going beyond even further.
It's almost like you're setting yourself up to become this person who can help people find fulfillment.
Yes.
That peace of fulfillment that...
Yes. Fulfillment in the way that they feel authentically led to be fulfilled. My passion is human potential and expanding and just continuing to grow and prosper yourself in all areas of life. And so a lot of that message might not just be mine. It's about activating more people to do it, because more hands make light work, right? So a part of my work has already been in activating people, their voices, and getting them out there and creating more platforms and really helping them, spread their wings and bring the message out there. So that's what's in the future.
And who supports you?
Who supports me?
Who's your support?
A part of it is my husband. He's a brilliant man.
And very handsome. I've seen the photographs.
My husband, we are both very broad in our thought leadership. We are manifesting it as time allows us to do that. And so he's also very passionate about human potential, and helping people really expand into more of what they can be. And so a lot of work I've been doing to help him carry his message forward. I will also be playing in the film industry a lot more. So I've been networking and already have things underway with producing movies, stories, and I'm just excited to... media is just a beautiful tool to help to carry a message forward, to transform. And so I'm just excited with how accessible media is for everyone even watching.
I don't know if you believe what I believe, but I watch a lot of movies. I'm a bit of a movie addict, right? And I was saying to my son the other day, I said, they brought out another Robin Hood. I mean, how many times are they going to remake Robin Hood? Every time it's just for the next generation to see they're pretty and handsome actors and actresses, right? And I thought to myself, there's this whole metaphysical world.
Oh, yeah.
And no one's making many movies about that.
So we're in such a beautiful time, and for those of you that are watching and that do have a message to bring forward, you see the film industry, television industry right now, they're all like, because it's so accessible to anyone now. It's no longer just on TV, right? Anyone can get into film media and start to
create, yes,
and transform lives. And the thing is, a lot of transformation happens through storytelling, through pictures, really penetrating the unconscious parts of our human being and showing people how they too can have a solution. And so it's just an incredible time for anyone to start to tell stories that are going to inspire, educate, transform, and even help us get to an introspective place around challenges, right? So,
well, even anything you produce, whether it's a book or a TV program or a movie, it is introspection. It is self-study.
Yes.
You heal as you do that creation.
Right.
So, do you think that this is something you might want to be involved with?
Oh yeah, I'm already doing it.
You're doing it? Oh, well, okay. Anyone out there, if you have a story,
yes,
if you have a metaphysical experience that you think would make a good movie, a good documentary, a good piece of visual impact in the world, you need to contact Cherene. There you go. We just started a new business.
Thank you.
Anything can happen when you're surrounded by color mirrors.
I love it. I love Moira and I love this.
So is there anything that I could offer you as a form of guidance or a way forward through a color reading?
Yes, absolutely. So as I just shared with you, I am in a new transition phase of my business where I am bringing more creativity and storytelling through acting and producing and directing and really using media. A part of that question is, the transition process, what to pay attention to, or what do I need to hear about this transition phase in my career. And I think
maybe just to see what's going
it's going. Yeah, just okay. All right. So actually, I know where I want it to go.
Yeah.
A part of it is I feel like a lot of the times my life and everything that has unraveled for me have always been non-traditional ways of happening.
In other words, it's called organic. So audience out there who love the show, it's organic. It's called God's time and organic growth.
Yes.
Which also translates to our time as, is something ever going to move?
Right.
How long do I have to wait?
It's just this place of, there's a little bit of fear. There's fear there. There's, am I right? Is this the right timing? Yes. Right? There's a little bit of fear around.
Did I get it wrong? Have I started something that I'm wasting my time and money with?
Exactly.
Because that outcome, then when it happens, because it literally, when you're doing something that comes from your soul, it's like giving birth. You're giving birth to this little baby, this project, this thing, this idea, and eventually it has to grow its own legs and walk, and you just don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I've got an idea here. So I'm going to do something different with you to what we've done with other guests. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to have you pick 3 bottles, Cherene. Okay. And the way you put them down, there's going to be something very specific for each 3 bottles. Are you happy to play the game with me?
I can't wait.
Okay. Pick 3 and pop them on the table for us here.
Okay.
Let's have a little game.
Okay.
And it can be anyone you're drawn to. 3. So that was your first 1, 2, and 3. Could you put them in a way for me that we have it that way? 1, 2, and 3, just so that the audience can see them as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any way you want. Yeah.
Oh, how I want it.
Any way you want. Yeah. In a nice little triangle. Okay. Excellent. So what we've got here is that was 1. That was 2, correct?
Yeah.
And that was 3. Okay. So what I had in my head, I said to your soul, have her pick a bottle that says where she is now, and the 3rd bottle where she wants to be in the middle, what she needs to let go of or embrace as God's time, or something that the universe says you just got to hang in there. So in other words, if you're embarking on this new project and you get to a point where you're going to question yourself or the timing or the validation of it, I want you to come back to bottle number 2. All right. So that's kind of God's voice in this process.
Okay.
So first of all, the step number 1 is where you're at now, is the visionary stage. This is G15. It's solid gold and it's magenta at the bottom. So this is always picked by people that come up with ideas, projects, businesses, innovations, inventions, systems, products that can make them millions. So I'll let that one sink in for a bit first.
Yes.
So this is about bringing you financial wealth,
Yes.
but it's also because the gold sits there. It's also about deeply taking it from a point of wisdom. The magenta underneath is that God is supporting you with this. This is a journey that's divinely inspired. So I think that sticking to the metaphysical theme is probably going to be your ticket towards this wealth and success. Hubby, if you're listening, her time is arriving. It's here. Okay, good for supporting her to this point. Right, where you want to be on the third one is the vision where it's going to be is G5, and this is about waking humanity up. So it's copper underneath, which is that kind of, when people are in copper, they're in this muddy place. They can't quite see their way through. Everything's a bit cloudy, and, it's kind of, it just doesn't feel like, which color am I? It's like, copper's got all the colors in it. I'm not red, I'm not yellow, I'm not blue. I'm kind of this muddied color, right? And then the gold on top is that wisdom again, which links to where the journey starts. That wisdom again saying, hey, this is... the world waking up to the fifth dimension, because it's G5.
Yes.
So this is an activation of your higher purpose, which is to anchor the fifth dimension into this planet. So we shift from the third to the fifth. Now, for those of you who don't know what dimensions mean or what this is, it is very simply waking up to ourselves, waking up our higher consciousness, waking up our spirituality, waking up to the fact that we don't have to be in war, we don't have to be fighting. We can embrace something more purposeful and that's about global peace. It's a little bit like, these Miss World contests when they go, well, what do you wish for? I wish for global peace or world peace. It's exactly that your mission.
Yes. I love this.
So this is it. So that's the ultimate where you're going, and that's what this is what this new project, this new vision of yours is going to result into. Waking them up.
Yes.
Letting them understand that they can be safe on this planet, to express who they are, and to be spirit manifested in human form.
Wow.
Now, what can get in the way?
Let's go.
What's gonna get in the way between 1 and 3? The journey here is this G34. But I also don't feel it's going to be a problem, because the way you've lined them up here, it's a trinity. It's like a holy trinity. It's the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. It's this beautiful holy trinity that sits here. So G34 is gold on top again and magenta at the bottom. But it's a variation of what's sitting here. You've got a triplicate bottle of the same variation here, because there sits there's magenta here, but it's just deeper there. There sits solid gold here, and there sits pale gold, and there sits the yellow gold. So do you see that you've got, I mean, look at all the colors behind you, and you've picked 3 bottles that are like mirrors of each other. All right, you got that?
Yes.
So G34 it's important that you do some more spiritual study. That's what the G34 is.
Okay.
That because 34 is to do with people who are leading the way towards finding how to anchor 5D on the planet. So a little bit more spiritual study there. A little bit. So you thought you were done with metaphysical studies? Not quite. There's a bit more. I'm sorry to tell you.
I have over 20 years of that. Oh, Lord.
You got a little bit more to go, but not too seriously. So G34 is the anchor pale gold on deep magenta. The pale gold of this bottle relates to the richness of the gold that we have in our solar plexus and our whole being, and it reminds us that we are already deeply connected to our authentic divine self. So this is your lifeline. When you feel that you're not quite getting a handle on where things are going, you've got to remember that your divine self's actually in charge. The connection isn't broken, all right? It opens a path to pure, clear, rich awareness of our divine mastery. Now, with deep magenta, the color of divine love, you can see why I love magenta as my logo color, right? This bottle also connects us to Archangel Metatron, linking our divine selves to the archangelic realm and drawing in the support from the universal forces of love that are available to us. Now, this bottle proclaims loudly that we are divinely loved and supported, and that wherever we turn, there are angels, huge angels, waiting to help us on this journey of bringing heaven to earth, which is what the fifth dimension is. So you're going to have so much angelic support come in for you with this project, and you're going to feel shored up. And at any time, I call them the boys upstairs, right? But at any time you really feel, you just got to talk to the angels. You got to talk to God. You just got to go, okay, what is my next step? So this is going to be faith that's going to come into this, but not faith that is wishy-washy, faith that is really divinely held and wrapped in that golden cloak of wisdom. All right, you will know what to do.
Yes.
Okay, and what I love about G34 is it has that magnetic attraction to pull the resources you need towards you. You don't have to look too hard. It's like people are going to go, oh, I want to invest in her. I want to invest in that project. I want to be a part of what she's doing. They just want to become a part of it. It's like, moths to a flame. It's going to be that kind of situation for you.
Wow.
All right, it's going to be a lot easier than you think. All right.
Yes.
Now, it says here, if you are drawn to these colors, you are likely to have been part of the first wave of star beings that arrived to help the planet move into the fifth dimension, G5. This journey has not been particularly easy, as there was so little support when you landed on the planet. And of course, we know your story with
Yes.
Mum, so we understand that.
Yeah.
So no one knew who you were and what an immense destiny you had. I'm surprised you found one door to go through with the immense destiny you have. This is finally your time. In this bottle, you can now come to know without a doubt that you are divinely loved.
Amen. Love that.
It is a big amen.
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
Well, other than the fact that the past 5 days, I've been meditating on love and God's love. So that was just another confirmation of that meditation for the past 5 days. The whole fifth dimensional thing is also a confirmation. Another thing about me that some people don't know is that I actually have a really strong place of leadership in Christian churches, but even outside.
Well, that was that Holy Trinity that sits there.
Yeah, right. And I have abilities where I do access different dimensions, and particularly for the building up of people. And this is not even just in church, this is just in business. I'm really helping people in this way, and I know that's my call. That is where I live in my head, and it's just like, how do I bring this? And letting go of the how is something that I have to do, because it's never been done before, right? So
because your starting point, the journey to get there, and the end point are a mirror of each other here.
Yes.
You're going to wake humanity up with whatever it is you're doing, but the gold is visual. Gold is about being able to see auras, being able to see energy. So that whole doing things visually, using camera work, using media, movies, is very, very important.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
If it was indigo, I would have said it's auditory, radio, podcasting, that kind of thing. Gold is vision. This is literally blowing open the third eyes of humanity and saying, will you please just see beyond your fear and your veil and see the truth of where we are and where we're going and who you really are. Reminding them they're all part of the Creator.
Wow.
You are going to do some big stuff, Cherene Francis. And if you want to be a part of this girl's journey, you're going to just friend her right now on Facebook. Follow her and be part of her. Is it Rainmaker?
Let it rain.
Let it rain. And Rainmaker is your group or your page, isn't it?
Yeah,
on Facebook?
Let it rain. So RAIN is an acronym that I received this time last year. RAIN standing for riches, abundance, and increase now, in the now. And it's about rain in terms of in your business, sales, and clients, but it's about the richness and abundance and that expansion that we can live in all aspects of our life. So it's just a quenching of every thirst and an overflow of water and just being fulfilled in
I
your
love
life.
I love the analogy of the rain too, because
Yes.
unless you've had the tears, and unless you've cried, unless the earth rains, no new growth happens.
Nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
Near water. And I have a whole program around that. I have a Let It Rain planner. The 2019 calendar is an entrepreneurial calendar that entrepreneurs that are using it now love it, because it helps you map out your vision for the year. It has branding exercises in it. It helps if you're into content marketing and putting yourself out through media. It helps you map that out.
You had an event. You had an event as well that's coming up in November.
Yeah, it's sold out.
Oops, sorry guys. I know we're going to flash it on screen, but it's sold out.
It's sold out, and it was about using that planner and gearing up for 2019. And I still do that in my group program. So if anyone's interested in that work, they can always contact me. And I have another program that I'm in development of called She Reigns, and this is rain not from the RAIN but the REIGN, and it's really about owning your crown and your presence and how you show up in business and in life altogether, really speaking up, setting boundaries so that you can expand, so that you can grow your business, communicating with strength and owning your space in your industry. So I'm super excited to unveil that.
It definitely looks like there's a She Reigns happening here. There's no one raining on your parade, that's for sure. This gold is amazing because and all this magenta and then the earth, copper riches of the earth coming in, the Mother Earth. You're so supported on your journey ahead, Cherene. You're going to do amazing things.
Thank you.
Right, I think we're going to give our audience their little color reading now. Yes. All right, is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who picked number 1, you have picked my pick of the week. I turned it around this week. I always get the guest number 1. I thought I'd confuse things a little bit today. So you got my pick, and it is Raphael. All right, so I wanted to give you a little reading from Raphael. So those of you who picked number 1, you've picked an archangel. And in the book by Melissa Jolly, and she makes these bottles for us in South Africa, she says, I am Raphael, and my name means God's healing. Come to me when you need healing for your body, mind, and soul. I will help you heal your relationships and your heart, because it's the green of the chakra of the heart. My gift to you is a heart that can love the world, a heart that can heal other hearts. Together we can hold a space that's so filled with love that everyone will be affected. I am the angel of the East and represent the element of air, and I will help you breathe. So, for those of you who picked number 1, my pick of the week, and it is the Archangel Raphael. This is a week where I want you to, anytime your chest feels constrained and you feel like you can't breathe, I want you to just focus on some deep breathing, some meditative healing, all right? And call in the presence of this archangelic being and hand over anything in your life that hasn't been healed into his hands, and he will take care of it for you, all right? I hope you like that for those of you who picked number 1. Those of you who picked number 2, you've got Cherene's pick. And the number 2 is Soul. Well, I had to laugh when you picked that, considering what's happened with all these magentas here. So you picked Soul. And the Soul bottle is a mixture of lilac and a mixture of magenta. It is a reconnector, re-establishing your link to your higher self so that you can break free of limiting patterns and limited viewpoints that keep you from experiencing true freedom. And I know pre-show you said that your biggest commodity in your life is freedom. Anybody says I can make you freer, you're into it, right? Yes. And that's exactly what the Soul bottle is. It's free to be your soul. It's free to have no limitations. So my darlings, the viewers out there who've picked number 2, this is going to be a week where you can examine and feel where do you still restrict or limit yourself, because freedom is just around the corner, all right? You literally can let your patterns and limiting beliefs go. And a really good color in the bottle that will help you is the Soul bottle, and a good color is a mixture of magenta and violet. Do you like that one?
I love it.
Connect to your soul, you and your higher self becoming one.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Almost like God coming through your crown, through your heart. I like how that's linking to Raphael heart. Those of you who picked number 3, you have got Michael's pick, the producer's pick, and he chose Metatron. And look at that. You can see just the color is just slightly darker because this is real, true magenta color. And this is another Archangel Metatron. He's the boss. He's kind of the big boy upstairs. And it is said that he was made in charge of the archangels because he was, and his name means the one closest to God, or the one that sits next to God. So he's like a really important story around archangels for us to understand what kind of elevated status you can get when you really follow your bliss, your freedom, and your soul. And Metatron, for those of you who picked it as your number 3 bottle, this is going to be a week of transformation for you. This is whatever you put into place last week or just the week before. It says here that you're going to let it go and you're going to step into the light, because a lot of what Metatron's energy does is it takes you out of a place of darkness where you might have been slightly depressed, feeling bad about yourself, or maybe you said something bad to somebody and you can't forgive yourself. You want to let it go and you want to step into the light and just transform that. All right. So it's about stepping into the light for those of you who picked number 3. I'm hoping that that's useful. So what I really loved about this is we've got 2 archangels and a soul here today. So it's a very powerful week, considering yesterday we had 11, 11, 11 energy. Yes. So the archangels are on your side. Don't give up. Keep going, and your soul will guide you as well. Cherene, is that okay?
Oh, of course. Is that brilliant?
You like. So thank you so much for coming on the show and bringing your beautiful, glorious energy. You can see who you are with the colors you pick. People sense it in the camera. They get that you're a golden lady. You're special.
Oh, thank you.
I'm hoping that viewers out there, you'll connect and you'll share this episode. Let people know who Cherene is, and just share, and we'd appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
This is an honor and just a very divine moment in my life. I'll never forget this day with you here. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our producer, Michael. We'll see you next week.